Hey everyone, today I want to share with you some of my pickups from the recent Uniqlo U Fall Winter collection. This video is not sponsored. I picked all of these items up with my own money on the day of release. I'm going to talk you through each piece in detail and show you what they look like on body. I'll also let you know if I think they're worth keeping or not. Now, even though Uniqlo U is always popular, this year seems to be selling out particularly fast. So in case you see anything you like, I'll leave direct links down in the description box below to both the UK and US site. It might be worth picking things up sooner rather than later if you want to avoid disappointment. For reference, I'm 5'10", around 140 pounds, and I typically wear a 29-inch waist. Let's get into it. I only picked up one pair of bottoms from this drop, so I'll start there and work my way up. These are the Fleece jersey trousers in the colour brown. I'll be honest, the first thing that drew me to these was pure curiosity. On the model, these looked like something between joggers and trousers, and fleece isn't a material I usually go for, so I was a little hesitant but intrigued enough to try them out. As soon as I got these in hand, I knew I'd made a good decision. Let's start with that fleece. It's not fleece in the way I'd imagined it, which is a kind of spongy textured fabric that you often see on extreme weather gear. This one is quite a flat and very tightly compact fabric. It reminds me a lot of some vintage wool flannel shirts I have, and that's no surprise because this is a wool blend. The actual fit of the trousers was a pleasant surprise as well. They're roomy around the crotch and thighs with a gentle taper down towards the ankles. And because of that compact fabric, they're quite stiff, which is actually a good thing here because you can tell they're going to keep their shape when you're wearing them. Of course, this could soften in the wash, but for now, I really like the way they feel. I picked them up in a size small and they couldn't fit any better in my opinion. The fabric itself is not stretchy at all, but there is a stretchy waistband, which gives you a bit of wiggle room if you're between sizes. Overall, they're very, very comfortable. There's also a zip as well, which was a nice surprise. These are definitely not sporty, casual joggers. They're much more like trousers that I would wear out and could very easily be dressed up, I reckon. There is one potential issue though, and that's the inner lining. It's obviously put in there for comfort, so the fabric isn't scratching up against your legs. However, it's really loose, like it's not sewn in all the way down the legs. So several times now when I've tried these on, my foot has actually got caught on the inner lining, and it's only held on at the bottom by a small piece of fabric. And I can definitely see this ripping off if you're not careful. Apart from that though, the fit, feel and price are all good to me, and I think these are a definite keeper. Alright, next up is the Lambswool Crewneck Jumper. Uniqlo always do great lambswool pieces, and I have a few of their cardigans from last year's drop, which I absolutely love. And this year's jumper could actually be one of their best lambswool pieces yet. This is in the beige colour, although it's more of a grey-brown in person, quite close to the fleece trousers actually. The lambswool is on point as usual. It's thick, soft and luxurious feeling. Wool is one of those magic fabrics that keeps you warm in the cold and cool in the heat. The best thing about this piece though has got to be the fit. It's like they made this for me because it's everything I look for in a jumper at the moment. The body length is cropped. You can see it sits just around my belt line, and I wear my trousers quite high around my waist. It's then relaxed across the chest and arms, giving off this elevated look despite it being quite a basic piece. I'm usually disappointed with how long and awkward feeling most jumpers are, but they've perfected this one in my opinion. The only thing I am worried about is potential shrinkage, because lambswool is known to shrink slightly even if you follow the washing instructions to the letter. And because this jumper fits me inch perfect at the moment, any shrinkage is going to totally ruin it. I am thinking maybe I should have got a medium, but it's totally sold out at the moment. In fact, this piece sold out on day one, I believe. So I'm a little undecided on what to do with this piece at the moment. I rate it very highly and totally recommend it, but I'm not sure if I could keep it because of the potential shrinkage. The next thing I picked up was the Fleece jersey overshirt. As you can tell, this is exactly the same material and colour as the trousers I showed off. I probably should have got one or the other in a different colour because wearing them together is a little bit too matchy for me, but I just really like the brown they're using for these pieces. It's not like a straight up solid brown, it's a mixture of lighter and darker brown tones. And I thought to myself, I'll probably not wear these together in an actual outfit. But I did wear them together for this video just because I guess that's what Uniqlo had in mind for them. Going into the actual piece though, there's a lot I like, but a lot I'm unsure of. Firstly, that fleece wool fabric mix is a winner again. It gives that stiffness that I like and it's pretty heavyweight, so it feels like a quality piece that will keep you warm. I love the oversized pointy collar. It's got a 70s feel to it, which was definitely one of the best eras for fashion. The piece is pretty oversized. I got it in a small and honestly could have gone extra small. There's plenty of room to layer. I've got that Lambswool jumper on underneath, but we do need to talk about that length again. I know it's a very specific thing and taller people probably won't understand, but for a shirt it just seems very long. And it's not the type of shirt you tuck in, so you have to deal with that extra length. I will counter myself though and say this is more of a shirt jacket, so you probably wouldn't want to wear it tucked in. It's got two front chest pockets, which I do like, but I wish they had the pocket flaps as I think it would look a lot better. Overall, I think this is a quality piece, but it's not for me just because of the fit. It's just a little bit too long on the body for me, and I'd much prefer to pick up a vintage flannel and crop it myself to my preferred length. Okay, next up is one of the main pieces from this collection in my eyes, and it's the padded single-breasted coat. This is a long length jacket. It sits well below my knees. It's got that sort of trench coat vibe to it, especially with that belt, which we'll talk about in a minute. It's very similar in look to their other single-breasted coat, the main difference being the belt and also the padding on the inside. When I saw the word padding, I immediately thought it would be like a puffer jacket, but it isn't at all. It's a very lightweight padding and you can barely notice it's there, but it'll definitely add a layer of warmth, which is why this coat will be more suitable for fall winter rather than a standard trench coat, which is more of a spring summer piece with no padding. The belt is a nice touch. It adds a lot to the look of the piece even when it's not done up, and it has a nice feature where it's fastened to the coat using a button at the back, so the belt will never get lost as long as that button is done up. It also keeps it perfectly central, which is really useful. I picked this coat up in a size small, but I definitely should have gone for an extra small. Like that shirt from earlier, it's pretty oversized. The sleeves are too long and wide for me, and overall, I just feel like I get lost in my jacket a bit. I also think that when I do the belt up, the bottom flares out quite a lot. It makes the piece look a little feminine, which isn't the look I'm going for here. Another thing I was surprised about was the material. I never really took notice of the description, which is my own fault. But this piece doesn't appear to be waterproof at all. It's mainly cotton, and I think it would get completely sodden in the rain, so it may not be ideal for a lot of British wintry days. I do think if you got this in the right size and wore it on dry days, it could be a really nice piece, especially if dressed up with a turtleneck and some loafers. But unfortunately for me, it's probably my least favourite piece from today's haul, and I won't be keeping it. Moving on to the final piece of today's haul. The last one was one of the main pieces, but this one was the main piece. And it's the padded volume jacket. I feel like this is the one I kept seeing in all the advertisements, and it's definitely the piece I was most looking forward to. It's a really striking piece due to its shape and fit. Unlike the last coat, the padding in this one is very evident. It gives it this puffer jacket look, which is exactly what I wanted from it. It's thick and heavyweight, yet really soft and comfortable to wear. I picked it up in a size small, and I think the fit is perfect on me. It looks oversized by design, but actually across the chest and arms, it's quite snug, so I don't feel like I'm getting lost in it like with the last coat. I actually love the way this looks. The oversized collar, which stays up on its own, gives you a real presence when you're wearing it, and the shortened body length allows you to incorporate it into an outfit and keep some solid proportions. As you'd expect, it's warm. Very, very warm. That's thanks to the padding and also elasticated cuffs that stop cold air getting in. You can also zip it all the way up so it covers half your face, which is super cozy. As you can see, I got it in the brown color, but in person it actually looks quite red, so keep that in mind if you're looking to buy it. I really like the color though. It's not like anything else I have in my wardrobe at the moment. Similar to the last piece, I don't think this is waterproof at all, not even water resistant. Again, it feels like if it got wet, it would probably get sodden and soggy, so probably not ideal for those rainy days, which is a shame. It's made from polyamide, it's got a kind of rough feel to it, but it isn't uncomfortable at all. Overall, this jacket has that same vibe as a North Face Nuptse, but it's a bit more versatile because it has no branding. It's also a lot cheaper than North Face. In fact, I think this is a really well priced piece considering how quality it feels and the really nice fit of it. This one is a definite keeper for me. So there's my haul from the Uniqlo U Fall Winter 2023 collection. There's some pieces I'm definitely keeping, but others I'm not so sure about. I'll have to have a think about it over the next few days. Did you guys pick anything up? If you did, I'd love to know what you got and what you think of them. But anyway, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.